Hey, what's up guys, evilVera94 back with another action figure review. Today we are looking at the Hasbro Star Wars The Black Series, Star Wars The Clone Wars Clone Trooper. This is the KAMINO Clone Trooper. So here's the front of the package with the new package design. We got the nice image on the side there. On the back side we get the same image, but we also do get a read up on the left, and it reads, "The Republic clone troopers represented the future of galactic warfare. So symbolic were they of the times, the galaxy-wide conflict that saw their debut took its name from their ranks, the Clone Wars." So far, this new wave of Black Series figures have been amazing. And now we have the Clone Trooper, the KAMINO Clone Trooper. And he's looking good so far. What we get in the package is, of course, the Clone Trooper figure, and we get 2 accessories. So first up, we're going to take a closer look at the Clone Trooper, and we can see the paint job and the scope that they did for the helmet. This is, of course, the Phase 2 helmet, which is one that I think people prefer. There's a closer look at the helmet. Here is the side and then the back side. Overall, it looks good. There's the back of the armor. Paint job overall looks good. I like the symbol right there on the shoulders. Very clean. Torso has a little bit of a QC issue there on mine, unfortunately. Down to the thighs and then down to the feet and shins. Pretty standard with clones. Here we have the shorter of the blasters. I don't know the name, so forgive me. And then here's the longer rifle that they come with right there, so it looks nice. And just like the Stormtrooper, he has an unpainted head underneath the helmet. It is sculpted to look just like Tamara Morrison, just like the clones. And the same thing I said about the Stormtrooper, I will say about this. I really wish they painted it, and I really wish they made the helmet removable or easily removable, because I can't take it off. It's glued on there. I guess you would have to force it or apply hot air to it or something to get it removed. But I wish they just went all the way and painted it. That way we had options with our displays. We could buy 6 of these, display 3 without the helmets and 3 with it, or something like that. You know, would have been cool. Definitely, it looks like they were thinking about it. Maybe they're setting this up for a future release of maybe Fives, Jesse, or some of the other characters. For his articulation, it's very, very similar to the Stormtrooper, which is really good because I really love the articulation on that figure. So we don't have a ball-jointed hinge. We have the barbell or the ball-jointed peg. He won't be able to look up too high, but you can probably pull it off if you bend the entire torso. You can look down about this much. Left and right is no issue. We get the tilt, which is nice. So when you turn the head, you can kind of give him some attitude. Give the arms, they're going to go forward and back. They go in and out. We get these soft, pliable shoulder guards, so you can kind of do that. Doesn't get in the way. We get butterfly joints there. Very limited though. You're not going to really utilize it too much, but it is there. We don't get a bicep swivel. We get the single jointed elbow at the elbow. It does not bend as much as the Stormtrooper does, but it still bends very nice. We get the swivel right here. We get a swivel at the wrist, and then there is a side hinge there, which is very nice for aiming the weapon. We get a diaphragm joint at the torso, so it goes forward and back, swivels, tilts left and right, and then we have the regular hinge on this hand. We don't get a waist swivel, but we do get the torso swivel, as I mentioned. We don't get drop down legs. It kicks forward, and it seems like it doesn't kick a lot because of this sculpt, and that seems to be an issue with all clone troopers across all lines. SH Figuarts had the same issue with theirs, and so did Hasbro with their previous clones. But you're going to want to twist the leg and push it forward like this. Now you got more of a longer kick there, and then you'll twist the leg, and now it looks more natural. The only thing is that that knee pad is going to still stay to the side, so it looks kind of weird. And that's how you would probably get him into one knee. If you wanted to pose him on one knee, you can do it like that, but you see the knee pads on the side there, so it looks kind of odd. It doesn't look as smooth as the Stormtrooper. Going back down to the leg, we have that thigh swivel, we have the knee swivel, along with that single jointed knee that bends about that much. We have the ankle hinge on the foot, and then there's the rocker on the foot. So I do want to kind of run through the same test that I put the Stormtrooper through for this KAMINO clone, and I want to get him aiming down his sights, and he can kind of accomplish that. It's not as good as the Stormtrooper, I'm not going to lie, but he still can accomplish it very nicely. I will take this, look at this. So with the single jointed elbows, he can still manage to get a nice aiming down his rifle pose like that. Look at that. I think that looks pretty solid. Here's another pretty cool simple pose. I just pretty much aimed his gun down and it still looks very natural because of his arm articulation. Just keep an eye on the arms and the hands and how natural it looks, how nice it looks to pose it. It looks more real. You can't really accomplish this with any of the previous clone trooper figures or stormtrooper figures from before. So I'm very happy about this again. Just like the stormtrooper, he looks very nice and it's articulated very, very nice. Alright, the sitting on the rock pose. Definitely a lot tougher to pull off with this figure. You can still pull it off, but it's not as smooth, it's not as nice as the stormtrooper figure. The things that are going to look kind of weird here are, again, the knee pads are to the side. I mean, you can kind of overlook it a little bit, but it definitely kind of sticks out like a sore thumb a little bit if you really pay attention to it. But overall, I think you can pull off some nice poses with this figure, just like you can with the Stormtrooper. Now, it may not be as easy or as smooth or as nice looking as the Stormtrooper, but it's definitely better than anything you could get any previous clone figure in. Here's a more simple pose. We have him with the smaller blaster, and very nice. I like it. Looks good. I like that you can get the arms and the weapon close to the chest. It's just small details like that. Makes it more realistic. Makes it look nicer. So close to the chest there, we got the wrist hinge working its magic there, the side hinge, where you can kind of tilt the gun down. And then here, same thing, but he's pointing it up, so this kind of makes good for a nice standing guard pose, like he's standing guard on the side of a door. Like we can put one here and put another one on the other side, and it looks like they're just standing guard, you know, guarding this door. Looks good. Before I get him next to some other clones, I want to show him next to the Stormtrooper from the same wave. You can see the Kamino clone trooper does stand slightly taller than the Stormtrooper. Alright, so first up we have Captain Rex. This has been one of my favorite Black Series figures for quite some time. I don't think they're going to remake him. I don't think they should. I don't think they have to. This figure's great. The only reason why I would want that is maybe to have him with the new articulation possibly, but even so, this figure has nice articulation nonetheless. So there's a look at him next to Captain Rex, and they stand close to the same height. It does seem like Kamino has a tad bit, the smallest amount of height over Rex. Here's a look at him next to Commander Fox. Alright, and here is our Phase 2 Clone Trooper. This is the older one, of course, and you see it does have double jointed elbows, but believe it or not, that's as far as it can bend right there. Only a 90-degree bend, and that's all. So that means that you cannot aim this weapon. You can't aim it naturally. You can't have him aiming down the sights like you can the new one. So single jointed elbows working its magic here, doing a lot more range than the double joints this time around. Trooper stands about the same height, so if you have any of these troopers already army build, I think they're going to look just fine next to the new ones that are coming out. So here we have a clone trooper commander. I think yellow is commander, green is sergeant, and red is captain. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the Phase 1 clone trooper. As you see, the helmet there is the previous older Phase 1 version. Same deal with this articulation. They all pretty much share the same sculpt, just different head sculpts. Alright, and I'm not going to go through them all because it's just paint changes, but I'll just throw in the captain. Again, the heights are pretty good, so I think you can still army build the new clones with the old clones. Here's next to the Snowspeeder Luke from the same wave. Alright guys, and that's going to conclude my review of the Star Wars The Black Series new clone trooper. This is the Kamino clone trooper, and I'm very happy with it. Honestly, I am super happy with the new Black Series figures coming out. I don't know if they had some sort of studio change or some sort of wake-up call. I don't know, but the most recent Black Series figures coming out have been nothing but dope. Everything's been coming out nice ever since they started using the digital printing tech for the faces, and the updated articulation just looks so good, and everything looks great about the line. So I'm very happy with the direction that this line has been taking, and I'm super excited for those Ahsoka clone troopers or for any other clone trooper that comes out. I'm a huge fan of the Clone Wars, so anything clone trooper I am going to eat up. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you have not done so already. As always, Have a great day.